This is Joyce Tice, and we're getting ready to present a slideshow showing Mansfield Then and Now, taking our oldest pictures, some going back to the 1860s or 70s, and comparing them to what we see now in Mansfield. We're going to start right outside of Smythe Park here. We're not going to show you the whole slideshow because we're getting ready to present this at our 61 North Main Street location on Thursday night, November 16th, and Saturday afternoon, November 18th. So this is just a teaser so you could see why it would be interesting. Right here we have the Smythe House, which stood right where the Citgo does now, the Pump and Pantry. And this is where Dr. Terence Smythe lived. His name remains with us on Smythe Park, which is land he owned, and which came to the town after his death in the 1870s. Outside of Smythe Park is the Gatehouse. It's been there since the park was opened in the 1870s for the Great Mansfield Fair. It's always been kept nicely painted, and this is what it looks like today. The corner right outside Smythe Park heading north is very interesting. In 1915, there was a temporary tabernacle erected there. And the interesting thing is these walls outside, which are brick. Those bricks are there waiting to be waiting to pave the streets. The streets were dirt up until now, and brick paving was a major step forward. Later on that corner was a little gas station. This is the DeWitt House. And this is not the same as the gas station we remember a little further up the street that was Jerry Barnes. This is older than that. It's called Mansfield Filling Station. And now, this is a fairly present-day photo, the telephone building stands where the little gas station was, and the bank stands where the DeWitt House was. I'm going to look at the buildings individually now. The telephone building was built in 1948. It had the switchboards and offices. Also, it had apartments upstairs. Later, it's been a donut shop, a video shop, the Hungry Monkey, and now the Chamber of Commerce is located there. In 1954, the post office was built where we had previously seen the DeWitt House. That was in use as the post office until later, when post office moved further down South Main Street. And this was remodeled into the bank. Today it is Northwest Bank. This rear photo is Smith's gas station. It's the only one I've seen. It came from a yearbook ad, and yearbook ads are a very important source of pictures for us. There are pictures that just have not been seen any other place. Later we knew this is Jerry Barnes' garage, and that was torn down in the 70s for Burger Boy. Now here on this side we have the wall of the food locker, which was erected in the 40s, and we'll look at that a little further down. This is the Burger Boy, which was built in the 70s. It was a popular hangout for high school kids. Later it became Pudgy's. Here's another picture of it as Pudgy's. And now it's the Mansfield Embroidery Shop. It's also been a donut shop and a gift shop. Next lot up the street, this is the Lee Clark Restaurant. Now these are photos that I obtained when I showed them to Chester Bailey. He was very excited because he said this is what it looked like when he was a boy. He was born in 1912, and he was able to help me identify this. So the Lee Clark Restaurant was later used as a antique shop. It was torn down in the 40s and replaced by the Food Locker. These two buildings, and they're the same here, the Commercial Hotel and the Mansfield Hotel. It's also been called the French's Hotel, the Smith's Hotel, and briefly Penmarlin. This was torn down in 1957-58 and replaced by the Mansfield Inn, which stands today. Here's a frontal shot of the Mansfield Hotel. And of course here, the little gate here, this is where you would walk back, we can't quite see it, to where the Twain Theatre was. This photo I have in here because it gives us the only shot of the food locker that I've seen. We don't have, at this point, any pictures outside the food locker, although we have one interior shot. Next to that was the Twain Theatre. It was built in 1916 as the Star Theatre, and we have an original seat from that building. In 1935, it became the Rialto. In 1937, Harry Taylor and Hack Swain combined their names, bought the thing, and named it the Twain Theatre. We have, they put in blue chairs, and we have one of those. And the Antonias put in some red chairs, and we have that too. This was torn down in the 70s, and this is what it looks like now. It's just a parking lot. So that's all the further we're going to go up the street. But this just gives you an example of the kinds of pictures we have available to help you orient pictures you might have seen from the past to those same locations in the present. And we look forward to seeing you at these presentations. Also, if you have an organization, a club meeting, we'd be happy to invite you here for a special presentation for your group. Just let us know. So come on in and enjoy celebrating Mansfield's past.